The search appears to be over for a new Gamecocks men's basketball coach. Find out who is taking over.
Meanwhile, the NBA season is wrapping up, but division races are just beginning to spark.
And finally, major events highlight the calendar this weekend, including Dawn Staley's 8th consecutive Sweet 16.
All these stories and more tonight on Palmetto State Sports.
From the Blue Ridge Mountains and through the Midlands down to the coast, there's plenty of sports highlights and moments here in South Carolina. There's only one place where you'll catch all the action. This is Palmetto State Sports.
Welcome into Palmetto State Sports. I'm Mary Gaughan.
And I'm Brianna Walton. Thanks for joining us tonight. Last week we discussed the firing of Frank Martin, but late last night, Lamont Paris was all confirmed to be the next coach for the Gamecocks.
According to ESPN's Pete Thamel, South Carolina and Paris have finalized a 5-year deal, but it still requires board approval.
Paris led Chattanooga to a 27-8 record this season and the school's first NCAA bid since 2016.
Paris' squad almost upset the number 4 seed Illinois in the first round but fell short 54-53. But the big question in the air is, why not BJ Mckee?
Former Gamecock Hall of Fame player was also in consideration to take the throne as the head coach. Mckee is South Carolina's all-time leading scorer, and many former Gamecocks also wanted to see Mckee as the new head coach.
On the high school side, former Gamecock standout Asia Dozier is stepping down as head women's basketball coach at Cardinal Newman.
In 2 seasons leading the Cardinals, Dozier was 33-6 with a SCISA 3A championship in each year.
Dozier, who says she's exploring her next move in coaching, was a member of Dawn Staley's team from 2012 to 2016, playing in the 2015 Final Four and the first 3 of the team's now 8 consecutive Sweet 16 appearances.
Dozier is also the older sister of NBA player PJ Dozier, who is a large piece of Frank Martin and the Gamecocks' run in the Final Four in 2017.
In both of her years at Cardinal Newman, Dozier coached Gamecock commit Ashlyn Watkins.
And the tides have turned on the other way for the Gamecocks baseball team.
After the doubleheader win over Texas in midweek victory against Gardner-Webb last week, the Gamecock baseball team is back in the loss column.
After the weekend, Mark Kingston team suffered a sweep at the hands of the 5th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers.
Tennessee starting pitcher Jace Burns, Chase Dolander, and Drew Beam went a combined 19 2/3 innings, allowing just 2 earned runs.
For the Gamecocks, it was a tough weekend at the plate. Freshman shortstop Michael Braswell would hit in the Gamecocks' first 16 games, was held hitless the entire weekend, and the team mustered up 5 runs.
The Gamecocks are in Charleston tonight, looking to get back on track against the Citadel.
And we all know the Gamecocks women's team's basketball team is heading to the Sweet 16.
With a Tar Heel win over Arizona last night, the Gamecocks will face UNC at 7 p.m., and you can catch the game live on ESPN.
But for the fans, also known as the FAMs, you can take the FAM bus trip.
The package includes a round-trip ride, tickets to the game, rally towels, and much more.
And if the Gamecocks make it to the Elite 8, you can do it all again over Sunday. This is so exciting to see the Gamecock fans get to travel with them at such an inexpensive price. I can't wait to see the support that they get.
Yes, I'm so excited for them. That is such a great opportunity.
I know. That's all for the headlines in Palmetto State Sports. We're coming up a look in the sports world beyond South Carolina, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Outside of the Carolinas, a look into the pros. SGTV News 4 sports reporter Julia Harrison is here to break down the MLB free agency so far. Julia?
Thanks, Brianna. The NFL has seen even more action in free agency this week, with the marquee story being Deshaun Watson going to the Cleveland Browns for a monumental 5 years and $230 million in guaranteed money. Cleveland will now look to compete with an already stacked AFC North Division, which just this past season sent a team to the Super Bowl. Another quarterback move early yesterday was Indianapolis Colts trading a 3rd-round pick to the Falcons for former MVP quarterback Matt Ryan. Yet again, the Colts look to a veteran QB to lead their team to the playoffs, but Matt Ryan could be the guy to lead them to the playoffs paired with star running back Jonathan Taylor. More exciting NFL news, as the NFL draft is just over a month away on April 28th. The local Carolina Panthers pick 6 in the first round and have a lot of holes to address if they want to return to the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Moving on to the hardwood, the NBA season is about to come to a close. Each team has around 10 games left in the season before the playoffs begin, and the competition to make the cut is heating up. The race in the Eastern Conference is much closer at the top with the 79ers, Bucks, and the Celtics all in a tie for second place. They will battle it out towards the end of the season to try and catch the Miami Heat at the top of the conference. However, it is quite the opposite in the Western Conference, as the Suns have a huge lead atop the conference with the Grizzlies and then the Warriors behind them. But it is the bottom of the conference that is close. The Lakers, Pelicans, and Spurs are all within 3 games of each other and are fighting for a spot in the play-in tournament. With the great play of LeBron James this season, it looks like he might carry the struggling Lakers to the postseason once again, but only time will tell. After the break, how busted are your brackets? We'll discuss a crazy opening weekend of March Madness.
Welcome back. I'm Courtney Hollmon. The bracket challenge has been a tradition in March Madness for as long as any of us can remember. Each year, fans around the country create their brackets trying to predict who will win it all. So since it is March Madness, and we all know that this year has been pretty eventful, so far with upset after upset on both sides, I wanted to ask, how's your bracket looking?
Oh, mine is done. Mine is shot. I will literally say everybody lost that could have lost.
No, you're not kidding. And especially on the men's side, I mean, Tennessee, Auburn, Kentucky.
The Kentucky one?
It was the Auburn one for me. I was like, come on.
I don't know, the Kentucky one, I was seeing like all over social media, like the breakdown of like this coach make like almost $10 million and he make like 500,000 and like the big difference. But yeah, they were still able to win, which is kind of exciting to see.
No, really, but the biggest upset on the women's side would probably have to be Baylor for me.
Oh my. Well, let's not even bring that one up. Let's not even bring that one up. I don't even know what to say about it.
It's just like, you know, you never know what could happen. I mean, God forbid, but our women could be next. I hope that's not the case, though. So coming up after the break, a look into your Palmetto Sports calendar. Stay tuned.
Before we go, let's take a look at the Palmetto State calendar.
There are still 2 basketball teams alive in the Palmetto State. You may not have realized, but a pair of wins in the Basketball Classic has Coastal Carolina's men's basketball team playing South Alabama next Monday.
And Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks women cruised to a pair of victories over the weekend against Howard and Miami. So now they're advanced to Greensboro to face North Carolina and the possibility of Iowa State and Creighton on Sunday if they win.
As for softball, the Gamecocks visit Charlotte tomorrow night before hosting Alabama for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series.
And Clemson softball visits Georgia tomorrow night as well as a home series against Louisville over the weekend, while their baseball team hosts Coastal Carolina tonight, Winthrop tomorrow night, and travels to Pittsburgh for a weekend series.
As for the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina, in addition to the Clemson game tonight, baseball visits Texas State Friday through Sunday, and the softball team will rebound from a canceled doubleheader set for tomorrow to host Texas State over the weekend.
Wrapping things up on the diamond, Gamecock baseball will return for their Citadel game to open SEC home play against Vanderbilt this weekend.
And finally in soccer, the Gamecock women's team hosts Charlotte Sunday at 6, while the Coastal men's team face College of Charleston in the Low Country on Saturday.
That's all we have for tonight's edition of Palmetto State Sports.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at SGTV Sports, and to keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4 Sports, I'm Mary Gaughan.
And I'm Brianna Walton. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to thee.
Yay!
Yay!